Alright, hello and welcome to episode 29 of my playthrough of Feed the Beasts Plexiglass Mountain. We're picking up pretty much exactly where we left off in the previous episode, working on automating of some mechanism stuff, right? So my previous, idea was going to be using these enriched stuff to do our processing of, let's say, if I wanted to make steel and carbon and stuff. But the more thought I put into it, I think that's not going to be as beneficial for us as it is just using the export buses, just having redstone, coal, and then enriched diamond. Diamond is one where, like, we need to use that purely because, one, it's expensive, right? Because 1 diamond into 10 millibuckets is not great versus 1 into 8, or 80 millibuckets, right? Is pretty stomachable, I guess. So that's something that we're going to need to have to craft. So this thing pretty much doesn't need either one of these recipes anymore because we're just using coal directly and redstone directly for these recipes. It's going to be more beneficial for us in that way. Yeah, so that's pretty much what I discovered, at least, and just using an export bus, right, with one of each of it, and then that'll keep it stocked, right, at 64 constantly. So every time we use one, it's going to chuck in another one of those, items into there. And the enriched diamond is one that, like, if we notice it runs out, we'll have to craft more. But if we look at the usage of it, unless you're making a ton of reinforced alloy, you're not really using a whole heap of it. So we shouldn't run out of this for, like, a good time. So we may as well, given where we're at, is it shift right click? Yeah, shift right click to clear the patterns. Keep working away and tinkering with this stuff, right? Because I think the next thing I want to automate is making of steel. Since we use steel quite a bit, right? If we look at the recipes for this thing, we use it for making, obviously, our cables, and I think even upgrading of our cables and stuff like that. Steel, I don't know, like you said, like I was saying, it gets used for a lot of different things, so we may as well automate the crafting of that because, as you remember, it's a 3-step process, right? You got to enrich, let's see, if we want to make steel, and we right-click on the ingot. So for us to make steel, we need to smelt up steel blend or steel dust, right? And then the steel dust needs to be made in an infusion thingy. If we go left-click, how to make that? There we go. Needs to be made in an infusion chamber with carbon from enriched iron, and enriched iron comes from the same thing with with carbon as well, right? So enriched iron, or rather iron goes in, becomes enriched iron, that enriched iron becomes steel dust, and then that steel dust gets smelted into steel. So we probably want to teach it how to do that entire process so that we do not have to deal with it. So obviously the first one that we need to do is enriched iron, which is this bad boy. Need to teach it, actually all we need to teach it is just 1 iron equals, just 1 iron equals enriched iron, and then we need to teach it the second one, which is 1 enriched iron equals steel dust. I need that, and then I need a pattern provider. Apparently we don't have any left, so let's make like a bunch of them. Oh, I cannot. Let's make 1. Can I make 1? Oh, I don't have fluix dust. Oh, we're running real low on fluix full stop, actually. So we're going to have to deal with that real soon. So let's go up and make this 1 fluix dust, because we're going to need to use this pretty soon. Oh, that went straight into this thing. Nice. And why is there dirt in my hallway? It must have been an enderman or something. I needed that fluix dust to go into there because I needed a pattern provider. Whoops. I could just do this and craft 1. Oh, you need 1 more? That's annoying. Alright, we need to learn how to make fluix crystals, hey. Oh, we can enrich them up from dust, from seeds, can't we? Oh, that's actually like a really good way of doing it. And then we just need to have the seeds. So I need 1 fluix dust into seed. I need sand. Let's grab out a stack of sand. Let's turn all of this stuff. Let's just duplicate this stuff real quick. What do I need? What do I come up here for? Yeah, pulverizer. Let's just duplicate all of this stuff. Since it's just an enrichment factory thing, we can do this pretty easily. We just need the dust. Okay. So each 4 dust turns into, or rather each 1 dust turns into 2 seeds, which means 8. And then these just go into an enrichment factory, or enrichment chamber, I guess, which we actually just made in the previous episode. Whoop. I need to eat. Sprinting around too much. Thank you. That can go into there. And that's going to take a while, so let's speed you up. And then we can crush that again and just make a quick 16 of them. Let's make a quick stack of them. I'm just going to do this process a couple times over. So we'll come back once I've done that, I think, because we're going to need a bunch of these fluix crystals. Just using that thing, I made a quick 2 stacks. 1 stack I'm going to keep as crystals. The other I'm going to turn into dust, because obviously we need both of these for the crafting recipes that we need to do. So that's nice and easy. That's a really good recipe. I like that. Just at the cost of some power. That's not bad. Cool. So I guess that can go back in there. And that means I should be able to make my pattern provider now. Sweet. So let's make... Should actually just be able to make like 5 of them. We should have the stuff there to do it. We're also gonna like this is taking too long. We need to teach her how to make these co-processors. So we need to teach her how to make all this sort of stuff. Crafting unit. We need patterns. Oh god, I need more patterns. Let's make a bunch of you. I need Certus quartz and dust. Of course I do. Because that's something I'm always needing. I really should teach it how to do this stuff a bit faster. This. What? Sure, that makes 30, and then that makes 24. That should be enough to make what I need. I can probably duplicate this stuff as well, like the same way I just did with the other junk. But this is fast enough, I guess, for the time being. But we need more patterns, because this crafting speed is too slow, and we can actually make it better by making more of these crafting crow processes. So let's teach her how to make that. And then we also need the crafting unit, which is part of that crafting recipe. Nice, sweet. And then the system knows how to make the rest of that. So now if I put this inside of the molecular assembler, like that, we should, in theory, be able to go here and tell it to make me crafting co-processors. I want 6 of these. Cool, and that's going to take a second to craft, right? Because it needs to do up a bunch of things. It probably needs to do some inscriber stuff as well to get to that point. But that looks like it's done already, actually, to be honest with you. Totally was. Cool. And then these things, we can actually tack on to the back of our crafting processor here. And the reason I made 6 is so that I can keep it as one of these, what's the word? Cuboids, so that it actually goes through. Everything seems to be crafted now, so anytime I request something now, it should be somewhat faster. But regardless, I need... Did I not grab my pattern providers? I keep getting distracted. Pattern provider. Okay, I made 5 of them. That should be enough for now. Probably won't be, but a man can dream. Alright, so we've got the thingy to making steel, right? At least... how to make the steel dust, which means we need the carbon one, which is this one. So we're going to go pattern provider on top, connected to the system like that. And then from there, we chuck in the pattern for enriched iron, and then steel dust. And then with that, I need to make another pattern, which is the steel dust to the ingot. Right, so from here, actually I think this probably wants to be here, steel. we want the steel ingot, which is this one, and then we want the recipe from the dust. Cool, and then that can go into the energized smelter. Nice, nice. Sweet. Cool. And now, I guess if I request like 64 steel ingot, oops, what is doing this? 64. 64. Next. Start. And then we run back downstairs. We should see it starting to work somehow. Ah, this isn't going to work actually. Everything's going to be like putting in there. I need to do on the top of this one, input output. That's why. All right, so now we're making steel. And this is going to wait. This is going to take a long time, right? Because it obviously needs to process up all the iron, and then the enriched iron is going to be put back into the system. Once the enriched iron's back in the system, it's going to be put back into here, and then make the steel grit, which means we need to do some stuff here. Input, output, and then we need to turn auto eject on so that this whole thing works. But we can make this better. We can make this even faster, right? Which is why we're going through and doing all this stuff, because we want to be able to do some auto processing really quickly. So we want the basic tier installer. Did I already make the thing for that? Okay, basic tier installer we have there. Does the system know how to make the rest of this stuff? The only thing it needs to learn now is this, the basic control unit, which is just osmium into that. And then this pattern needs to come downstairs into the redstone one, right? So I'm just going to connect these up by just putting in the pattern providers, and then this should all hook up to the system pretty comfortably. So now you can see here it's telling us what's happening. It's making steel. Now, curious, I don't know if this is actually going to work, if you need like multiple processors to be able to do this stuff. With the, now if I request these things, can I say like make 11 of them? Aha, okay, we need to make more crafting CPUs then, if we want to be running multiple recipes like this side by side. So that's probably not a bad idea. I just need more. So I need the crafting CPU for one, which it knows how to make. So the other thing is called, what is it called? AE2. I think it's crafting storage, isn't it? Yeah, we want to teach it how to make the crafting storage. So I guess we need to teach it how to make the 1K and stuff all the way up to probably 16K. We may as well just make a 16K one. So 1K needs to be that. That's used to make the 4K. And then the 4K is used to make the 16K. And I only need one of those. And then all of these can probably just go into this molecular assembler. Bang, whoops, bang there. So that's all the way up until 16K. So now if I want to make the 16K crafting storage, it should know how to make both of them. So we may as well teach it how to do this. And then that can also go into here. None of this is going to matter though, because we're currently crafting steel, which we can't finish. So we need to actually cancel that. So let's run, oh, isn't there a monitor for this? It's called a crafting monitor, I think. AE2 monitor. Conversion monitor, storage monitor, crafting monitor. Can I cancel it if I run down here and look at it? I can cancel it, or the other thing I can do is go like this. Whoops, not that. And just waste a bunch of time. I've got like 0 time left, but cool. Then once this goes all through, that's all that enriched iron turning into steel dust. The steel dust should be in a furnace. And then that's going to turn into steel. I'm just going to rush all this stuff through. It's like horribly inefficient for my time. I'm now down to 4 minutes left out of like the 7 or 8 hours I had like a few episodes ago. But I need space on my crafting thingy because I cannot be bothered making all of this stuff by hand. I could have just cancelled it, Mind you, I totally could have just cancelled it. But this way is probably just easier. So let's say I want to make one of you. You're missing Certus quartz. That's annoying. Hopefully we have a bunch of this stuff over here. Or we don't have a whole bunch of it, but it's enough for now. I really should add this into the system just with the storage bus. That's going to be like great once I do. Okay, so I want 16k, one of you, start. And then that'll do its thing. And then I want, I guess, 6, 7 of these. I don't have enough. Available 6. Oh, okay. Guess we're just going to do one of you then. Just to start with, just so that we have another one. And then probably a crafting monitor. Screw it, why not? Why not? So that we can see what they're doing. Let's teach you how to make that. Oh, that's actually a ton of recipes because then we need the storage monitor. Let's not do that. We need that and we need that. And then these can come down here. And then we'll just go... What if we do that? No, that obviously doesn't work. Duh. We go there and then we go there. And then this one needs to be connected up. Now we have access to multiple crafts at a time. So if I want to send it through multiple recipes, it should work. Cool. We taught you that, we taught that. So now I should be able to make the basic tier installers. If I just throw this stuff and clear out my inventory a bit. Basic tier installer. Actually, can we probably get to advanced tier, can't we? Or I keep misspelling tier. Yeah, we can actually teach it these things. Infused alloy is just redstone and iron. And then the advanced circuit is just a mixture of those things. Can I just do that? Okay, so I need to teach you how to make infused alloy. Thank you. I need to teach you how to make advanced control circuit. Cool, and then both of these can go into my molecular assembler. And then I need more patterns. Because of course, oh, I disconnected my keyboard. Conveniently, I have one left, and then that one needs to learn how to make the advanced tier. The elite tier is probably a bit further than what I want to go for at the moment. So let's make one of you then, and then I can add that into this thing. Cool. And now how many machines do we have that we want advanced tier? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have 5 machines we want to be advanced tier. Actually, I think we need the basic tier anyway, because we need to do this in order. So basic, we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of you, start, and then I should be able to start the advanced right after it as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, start. 2. Actually, I probably should do 4, and what are you waiting on? What's taking so long? You probably need to craft something up for this last one. Can I look at my crafting terminal? I thought there was a way that we could look at what was like queued up crafting. What does a storage monitor do? At AE2. I thought there was something, there was some sort of monitor that we could look at. A terminal? No. ME storage monitor? Conversion monitor. I have no idea what either one of these two. Because I thought that the storage monitor just shows you a block of whatever's inside your system. And the conversion monitor, I have no idea what that does. I have no idea. Is it the crafting monitor? 256k crafting storage, yikes. Okay, I can't be bothered teaching it all that stuff, but this last one, alright, just request one more then. I don't know what it's waiting on. But anyways, at least we can do basic, and we just shift right click on all of these things. And now if we look at the GUI inside of this, hey, we have 3 slots now. So we have potentially being able to do either one thing 3 times as fast with if we have auto sort on, or we can smelt 3 different things at a time. What I'm probably going to do is have auto sort on and just smelt, I guess, the same thing 3 times as fast. This is also going to spend a lot of redstone and coal filling up these internal buffers, which kind of sucks, but at the same time will be worth it in the long run. This one's already full of diamond, which is nice. Coolio. How is this last one looking? Do I have my advanced here? What are you stuck on? No crafting CPUs are available. Are they both working on it? What are they missing? Scheduled 1 available to scheduled 2. Ah, you know what I didn't do? I didn't actually put in the patterns, did I? That was dumb of me. Come on, get up here. Pattern. This one needs to actually go downstairs inside one of these infusion. That's the redstone one. That one needs to go into there. And that's not going to work anymore because I'm an intelligent person and it was broken from the start. So what I need to do actually is probably just cancel that and cancel that one and then re-request it. And then that should make it work. Start. And then we should hear machines turn on in a second here. Once I have you constricted to input output and then auto eject on the top. So let's do that to all of them because I'm silly and I'll keep missing steps. I'm pretty sure you've already had it. No, control, input, output, eject up the top. Nice. That did its job at least. Cool, so I should have my last advanced here. Nice. And that means that can go into this thing, and now this thing has 5 slots. Yo, this feels... I am so happy that we're getting all this stuff done. Auto crafting and things like that for this sort of stuff is like the bee's knees. So now if like I want to make a machine, so let's say like I want to make a crusher, which is the, I guess the version of, oh wow, we need lava buckets. I pretty much could just go click and make it, but I need lava buckets. I need buckets then if that's the case. Let's make a bunch of buckets. Let's make like 16 buckets. Does that sound like enough buckets? And then we'll fill this up with lava. Do I need this many buckets of lava? Probably not, but doesn't hurt to have them just in case. And let's say I want to make a crusher. Donk. Nice. And even if I didn't have the items, I could have done it. Cool. This is going to also probably live downstairs as well, to be honest with you. Crusher can probably just go... How many of these enriching? I really only want 1 enriching factory, so that crusher can go there. Smelting factories, I can probably make a bunch more of those now. I should just be able to request the smelters, I guess they're called. Energized smelters. 1, 2, 2, 3. I think that was all that I needed. And then with these 3, I can also go here and go tiers. I want 3 of you, start, and then I want, whoops, 3 of you, start. It'll make up all the things that it needs. Do I need this many? The answer's like probably honestly not. But we have the expandability should we need it. Alright, and then all of these side configs, we need to go to that. Input, output, top, auto eject on. You're set the same? Yeah. And then all of these need to be set the exact same. So we're just going to clear the sides. Input output tot auto eject on. Clear U. Input output top auto eject on. And then we can put like these things on top of it, because eventually like we will fill up with like smeltery requests and things like that. So like if we need to make stone and stuff, these will eventually fill up, and then we need to turn auto sort on all of these ones. Auto sort on. You don't have auto sort. On, and you're on. This is sweet. This is very good. I probably need 2 more thingies there just in case we need more space for that. But we're in a really good spot right now, guys. This is really, really good. The other thing we can probably teach this thing how to make. I have no patterns left though. I can make 1 more pattern. With this pattern, I want to teach it how to make the blank drives, I think they're called. Blank pattern. What are they called? Oh no, they're called ME drives, aren't they? ME storage. These thingies. I think there's a way. Yeah, this one. ME item cell, this thing. Teach you how to make that. And then with that, I should just be able to make like any storage I need, which is cool. But I think that is a good spot to leave it for this episode. That was a really fun one, man. This sort of like automation stuff is just, oh, it's so like satisfying once you get it going. It makes me so happy to get this stuff up and running now. Okay, next episode, I think what we need to do is kind of reset up some things that we broke in the previous episode. Oh, come on, please let me out of here. There we go. Like, obviously, our ore processing and stuff. What we should do before we finish this episode is check out how the quarry is going. Because this thing is probably near done. Oh, not enough room. We don't have enough storage. It just got down to deep slit. Okay. And it's probably out of storage because... Wow, what's full? We have a lot of stuff. Just mind you, we have a lot of things in here. This is really nice. The next thing that we'd be doing is setting this up to collect straight into the storage system and then doing all the auto processing. But I think that will be enough for this episode. So if anyone is still watching, thank you for watching. Make sure you like the video if you liked it, subscribe if you haven't already, and we'll see you all on the next one. Peace.